Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we were skimming our way through the game again in an effort to reach the alternate Chapter 5. We are not doing this in New Game Plus though, because... oops. Anyway, I am getting ready to fight the second boss here. For future reference, no, I am not going to re-show every boss in the game, but I wanted to show this one again because it's kind of important. You see, the first time I was here, I forgot to level up after the Cataractodon fight, so I was fighting this boss a little underleveled, and the boss was hitting like a truck. In fact, would dare say it was hitting like a train. Either way, ow! So that raises the question, if I actually do level up after Cataractodon, will this fight be more manageable? Well, I haven't leveled up much. I'm only at level 3 after Cataractodon. I have actually gained more experience, spirit dust along the way here, which would allow me to level up again if I wanted, but that would require backtracking, and I want to find out how I manage this without the backtracking. Along with that, here's my equipment. I chose not to equip Gobifia's amulet just yet because I don't have to worry about poison yet, and I'm more interested in the stat buffs of these other accessories. Also, I'm wearing pants this time. I was not wearing pants the first time because to heck with pants. Along with that, I'm getting some slightly different blessings on this run for the fun of it. The first time here, I got the blessing for Mirage, which basically makes a character transparent so that they cannot be physically attacked. This time, however, I've decided to go with Tension Relief, which has you lose all of your current TP, but heal over twice as much of your own HP. Basically, you sacrifice your TP to heal, and how much you heal is based on the amount of TP that you had. I did a little test earlier, and with a maximum of 100 TP, I healed 270 HP, thereabouts, which is actually more than my Kuma leaves can heal right now, so that's kind of nice. Though I am kind of curious, going forward, whether this spell will eventually heal more, or if the Kuma leaves will eventually out-heal it. Unfortunately, the spell does not allow you to heal Scar, so that's kind of lame. Can only use it on Lambda. Also, at this moment, I am not quite at max TP, so I'm not going to heal quite that much, but maybe it'll still be decent. Anyway, let's go ahead and take care of this fight now. Ideally, Scar will not be one-shot. So first thing we're doing, we know this thing's going to be weak against thunder, and probably use water attacks, so do a little bit of that. And, well, I think that thing primarily uses magic attacks, so barrier will not help. However, I'm going to go ahead and boost my attack, so hopefully take it down faster. Although, Scar is about to use an Unleash. Let's buff that. Well, we survived the attack, so... oh. Well, that's not helpful. Alright, that attack causes blind. I don't necessarily have anything that can cure blind either. Well, Scar's surviving. Not that that makes much of a difference. Oh, Soul Replica! Soul Replica is a magic attack, so I don't have to worry about blind. We get Soul Replica a little bit ago. Survive! Well, unfortunately Scar was never able to actually attack, but with the help of this attack buff that the game gave me along the way, we were able to, yes, just by being one level higher, have a much easier time with this fight. And it might have also helped that I had a better idea of what I was doing. Probably. Actually, now that I think about it, blind was giving me trouble before, so definitely glad that I know how to deal with that now. I just wish that Scar could actually do something. Anyway, the next couple of bosses I'm not gonna show on camera because they went well enough. In fact, I was actually over-leveled for them because in those cases I did backtrack to level up. But there's no reason to show them off at this point. That said, if there is any boss you would like to see me try to fight proper, let me know. On the flip side, once I do get through this game again, I do plan on going a little ways into Nuking Plus, just for a chance at wailing on certain enemies. Is there a boss you would like to see me take down in like one shot? Alright, so there was a camp right after that boss, so I have now leveled up to level 4. Not that that's really important. What is important is that the next blessing that I decided to go for is Tink, to increase the amount of TP that I get whenever I'm guarding or taking damage. Considering that I have a spell that takes advantage of that, which it occurs to me I forgot to use on the last fight, gaining extra TP during battle will be useful. Also, I just went to deliver the last Heavenstone that I acquired, the latest Heavenstone, to the Heavenstone guy here, and got a ginseng as a reward. Gives us auto revive. That'll come in handy later. Also, while we're here, I want to talk to the bear guy right here again. I should kill another dumb bear. Okay, first off, rude. Second, he never said that during my playthrough. He was always talking about how one time he crushed a bear with his bare hands. Makes me wonder if I wound up choosing an option on this playthrough that finally progressed his dialogue. Now, I might not show the remaining bosses of Chapter 1 again. However, I do want to show the rare beasts up ahead again, because I missed them during my first go-around until I was so overpowered that I could just one-shot them, and I want to find out what happens if I fight them at the intended level. Also, I got back attacked by a snake climbing up these vines, and that got me stuck in a climbing animation, and apparently if you sit around, your idle animation is the climbing animation. Also, I made a mistake. I forgot to learn Mana Blast. You know, this spell here. And this cave has been a little bit more difficult without a spell that can hit multiple enemies. Anyway, let's go ahead and head in here and find out what this fight is actually like under normal circumstances. Scar is not with me. It's because Scar was made to disappear during the climbing animation. Oh well, technically he is still with me. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. You hold the action button down, enemy speed up. Okay, I haven't unleashed, but I'm gonna save that for my healing spell in case I need it. In the meantime... Oh, I was gonna use an ice element, but I don't have that as an option. And water, since I have it on hand. And... we'll buff Scar. Ooh, that actually hurts. Too bad I don't have a debuff. So you resist the water attack. There was probably something else I could have done here. Well, I can tell you this. If you resist water, that means you're weak against lightning. I want Scar to be able to continue attacking, so I'll heal Scar. Scar's about to do an unleash as well. And let's also do this. Aqua Venom Tail. You know what? It occurs to me. Aqua Venom Tail is a physical attack because you're attacking with your tail. Now, I don't know if Scar is low enough to heal, so I'll heal you right here. And start attacking you some more. Ah! Okay, I was wrong about that. Well, it's a good thing we're about to finish you off. Well, I didn't get around to using the healing spell again, but I didn't really need to. Again, I can only use it on myself. Otherwise, I would have totally used it on Scar. So, that is how that fight is normally meant to go. Although, probably actually meant to go better than that. I wish the item that you get wasn't also in the shadow. Isn't there some way of just making HUD elements appear in front of the shadowing? I'm just going to assume that they were both spirit dust. I don't know, I'll have to take a closer look in editing. Also, in hindsight, since I actually wasn't using my TP for that healing spell, I could have used the TP to do an unleash. But I was abusing unleashes like heck towards the end of the game, and I wanted to try to get through the fight without just unleashing a win. Well, this is new. Okay, so I just camped at the exit of the caves here. I just met Lyria. Bit of a shame that we couldn't get any resolution with her and Azane, come to think of it. Anyway, climbing up onto Emerald Peak, just above the ledge is where I would look out into the nice view. And suddenly, while I'm climbing up here, this message pops up with the accomplishment jingle. You know the one, like, do-da-da-do-da-dum-dum. That one. The anniversary gallery has been unlocked. You may view it at the lookout in the northwest section of the settlement. Alright. Oh, and it is unlocked again. I'm gonna wanna tell the game developer about that little bug. Well, back to the settlement we go. Let's check this out. You know, it's just as well that it's for having me to go to the settlement. I forgot to bring back the latest Heavenstone and also get the reward for the latest rare beasts. Which, by the way, the Aquaconda reward is 3 emerald clovers, which I couldn't get until late game because somehow I missed that cave entrance until late game. So nice that I'll be able to get that reward. And I'll also actually be able to get the Zephyric mask early on. I wonder how good that mask is in the context of right now. Okay, so at this point we are already 15 minutes into this episode, and I just spent more than 15 minutes just admiring the gallery. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and save the gallery for next time. I plan on going on a break for the holidays, and the gallery will be a good episode to end on before I go on break. And yeah, I know we just started New Game Minus, but I knew going into this that I wouldn't have time to finish the game, and at the very least I wanted to squeeze in a few more episodes before I went on break. Now, out of curiosity, having seen the gallery, does this message still pop up? Yep, definitely going to want to mention that to the game developer. Alright, time to make our way to the last rare beast of Chapter 1, the other one that I missed for 90% of the game. Gotta love that Breath of the Wild moment. I gotta say, that is definitely a well-hidden platform. Even rewatching this playthrough, I didn't spot it. So let's find out how this goes whenever I'm not already in my level 20s. There is no back attacking you. You know, we gotta go right into this. Alright. Zephyric Carcass. So, at the other end of the sky up here, I found a crystal that taught me counterstance, so I'm gonna take the hint and take advantage of that. How do I handle that? Seriously, what am I doing wrong? That Scar takes so much damage. I don't have anything that can counter that. I mean, counterstance I can only use on myself. Barrier is only for physical attacks. I mean, I suppose I could use a pocket flame and maybe that'll do something. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. There are a couple of Scar commands that I could potentially use, but well, one of them just has him either defending or healing, another has him focus on attacking without healing, and the third option is just his default option. Or I assume it's his default option, quote-unquote follow my commands, which doesn't allow me to command him, it just has him follow my lead, basically. Well, I'm not even going to bother bringing Scar back, he's just taking way too much damage. Let's see if instead I can inflict Blind. Ooh. Actually, I might be in trouble myself. Well, good opportunity to try out tension relief. And I need to imbue something. And Thunder, perhaps? Would that allow me to tank one of those? Okay, lower tension relief. How much is this gonna heal? 94. Well, that missed, so that's kind of helpful. You're not blinded yet, it just missed. I took a little bit less damage there, but it didn't indicate that that was because of the thunder element. Oh! Does your attack become weaker? Either your attack is becoming weaker because you're almost dead, or maybe because of the burn? Either way, I took care of that. No, seriously, what am I doing wrong? Alright, so at this point I have already finished recording this episode, and it occurred to me, maybe I actually was doing something wrong. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. This is an optional fight, what if I actually got one of my optional spells to help out? So I went back to the settlement to level up before this fight, and have learned Mirage. Maybe that will help? In the process of doing this, by the way, I learned a couple of things. One, going back to the settlement to level up instead of a camp means that enemies don't respawn, and also leveling up at the settlement still resulted in us getting healed. Which you cannot tell right now because I took damage along the way here from some other enemies, but other than that, yeah, that's another way to heal, and without having enemies respawn. Preemptively, since I know we're going to take a lot of damage, though potentially less since we are now at level 6 instead of level 5, good idea to heal a bit. And I'm also going to take an extra step here. These ginsengs are hard to come by. I kind of want to have this on hand for another fight later on, but just in case, let's give that to Scar. Now, let's see how this goes this time. So, first thing I'm going to do, let's see if Mirage will help out in this situation. It does! Alright, that's the strategy. Along with that, counter stance is only on myself. We already found that out. Oh, this is gonna go so much better. You know what, for the fun of it, I'm still gonna use the pocket flame. Oh yeah, I also noticed that as the fight goes on, these whirlwind attacks do in fact get weaker. So that is useful information. Even though Scar has lost his Mirage effect, he should take less damage. Still a lot, but still less. Although I do kind of wonder how much of that reduction is because he did level up. Either way, that ginseng went to waste. Bummer. But this is how we were supposed to be doing the fight. And I am so glad that I was able to figure this out. Because the struggle would have been a bad note to leave this episode on. And you know what? It actually kind of makes sense that the fight needed to be handled that way. This entire journey has been about learning new skills and finding special gear, becoming super duper powerful. I mean, heck, by the end of the adventure, we become immortal. Okay, at this point I'm sure some of you are wondering, does the Mirage strategy work against Noken? Let's find out. Noken, whichever. So, first things first, going to do the imbuing of thunder, which, by the way, I finally figured out why it is that imbuing sometimes costs a turn. Apparently, if you escape from battle, that somehow uses up your imbuing turn for the next battle. I'm not really sure if that's intentional or not. I went ahead and notified the game developer of it anyway, just in case. Now then, let's see if Mirage allows Scar to avoid that attack. It does! Okay, that genuinely surprises me. I was under the impression that magic ignored evasion. Or at the very least it does for me. I guess Mirage is the exception to that. Which certainly helps explain why it costs so many mana stones. Well, I guess it goes to show, choose your blessings wisely. Also, you are absolutely weak to the soul replica. So yeah, an optional spell that definitely helps with this fight. Otherwise, this fight is more so a test to see if you understand the usefulness of imbuing, as well as letting you really try out that soul replica which I got earlier in this location. Anyway, as I said, I had already finished recording this episode by the time I figured out this mirage tactic. So we're gonna go ahead and skip back to my first recording, where we will deliver that Heavenstone and trophy we just acquired from the Zephyric Carcass. So because I was able to find some extra Heavenstones this time, and I didn't miss them, I already have the third eye, which prevents surprise encounters. Generally, I don't have to worry too much about them. They don't happen very often. Okay, turned in the Zephyric Carcass trophy, and not only did I get the reward for that, but because I've gotten all of the rare beasts up to this point, he also gave me the Hunter's Necklace, which is what gives me an improved critical hit rate. Having it at this point is definitely going to be nice. As for the Zephyric Mask, it's an attack boost. By the time I got this in my first run, it was not that impressive, especially after waiting so long to find out whether I can wear a mask like Ro does. Even now it's not amazing, but still pretty good. At this point I don't need Gobithia's amulet. And do I want to go for evasion or crit rate? Probably crit rate. That did actually turn out to be pretty helpful during my previous run. Anyway, from here, all that's left to do is beat Chapter 1. And as I said, I've got no reason to show the fight against the boss at the end of Emerald Peak again. So, well, I guess we can just go ahead and end things here. And next time, we'll check out that gallery. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.